citizens are being harassed, our citizens, their properties are being looted, criminal actions are perpetuated on our citizens. The police refuse to do anything. The South African government has not come out strongly, firmly enough to condemn these incidents. So our citizens are imperiled. They are in distress. So they cannot be said to be illegal migrants. People who are doing legitimate business have their shops looted. They have their shops set on fire. Children cannot go to school because they are intimidated in their schools. So to say that Nigerians who are in South Africa doing legitimate business are illegal migrants is absolutely untrue. Nigeria is not happy because Nigeria has sacrificed much for the South African struggle for independence. Nigeria sacrificed quite a lot, committed funds, committed resources to aid South Africa. In schools, seats were reserved for South African students. My own generation, we carried placards. We demonstrated in front of South African assets. Sometimes we even got arrested for doing this. And Nigeria is a serious frontline state. And Nigerians are not happy about how they have treated us. They are not asking other migrants to leave. They're only asking black migrants to leave.
Are we looking at the possibility of retaliatory measures?
That is a situation that we are considering. This is up to our legislature. This is up to the highest. This is a decision that has to be taken at the highest level of government, but it's not off the table. This evacuation is being undertaken with NEMA. We're doing that with various government agencies and parastatals to ensure that once they come in, they can be rehabilitated.
Well, Nigeria's Foreign Affairs Minister, Bianca Ojukwu, is speaking out. And she's not holding back. She addressed State House correspondents at the presidential villa on Monday, declaring that Nigeria is not happy with South Africa over what she described as Afrophobia, a term she says is more accurate than xenophobia, noting that the attacks specifically target black African foreigners. Well, the federal government has now revealed that it is considering retaliatory measures against South Africa over the treatment of Nigerians in the country, though Bianca Ojukwu stressed that any such decision will require consideration at the highest levels of government, including National Assembly. Meanwhile, the streets of South Africa tell a different story. Anti-immigrant protesters marched through Kwathema Township outside Johannesburg on Monday, just one day after President Cyril Ramaphosa vowed to crack down on vigilante groups, with organizers vowing to press ahead despite the president's speech. I mean, good morning, Dr. Abati. Good morning, Ayomide. Good morning, Rufi on fire. Welcome back. I mean, this is quite worrying. Ghana has, already repatriated over 644 nationals. Mozambique confirms 5 of its citizens were killed, and Nigeria prepares to fly home its first batch of repatriated citizens this week. Ramaphosa is walking a tightrope. Bianca Ojukwu is drawing a line, and Africa is watching every step. I'd like to come to you on this story. Yes. I mean, Bianca Ojukwu has, basically laid bare Nigeria's, angst with South Africa at this point. And I kind of enjoy the fact that she's even talking about we will, have some sort of measures, some sort of, diplomacy measures or retaliatory measures, whatever it is that would make South Africa stop these xenophobic attacks against Africans.
Yes, and as she and as well that she's spoken out very well.
Yes.
Let me say that Bianca Ojukwu has done very well so far as substantive Minister of Foreign Affairs. I recall that in the latter days of the tenure of Yusuf Tuga, we had said that Nigeria wasn't speaking up enough about what was going on in South Africa, even comparing them with our Ghanaian counterparts who are taking action immediately, summoned the South African ambassador to Ghana at the time. So to see the Nigerian government speaking through Mrs. Ojukwu is great to hear, because we have to dialogue country to country. Yesterday we were talking about the statement or the speech made by the South African president, where he was a two-pronged speech. One speaking to his base, saying that they were going to tackle illegal migration, and then also speaking against attacks against foreigners and saying that no one should take laws into their own hands and that we should live together in unity. Unfortunately, number one, it came a bit too late. Number two is that it's not strong enough. We don't want just rhetorics, we want to see actions. Can South Africa take a definitive stance against people who are attacking their very own people? And I think it's even beyond punitive measures. There's a fundamental, foundational challenge, historical antecedent as well, with regards to how South Africa has treated its friendly neighbors. And so maybe it's an opportunity for there to be a massive campaign in the country, and to also deal with some of the mindsets of the people against their fellow African brothers and sisters. That's one. But while they are solving their own issues, let Nigeria protect its own. I love the fact that we're repatriating. I know that Air Peace is partnering with the government. The government is asking people who would like to voluntarily come back home. But also, let us explore diplomatic channels, conversations, and when necessary, sanctions in certain places.
Hit them hard.
If South Africa is not willing to take us seriously or continue to watch whilst our citizens, as well as citizens of African extraction, are attacked needlessly in their country, then Nigeria will speak back in a language that they understand. But what I'm just saying is that enough is enough. We've been pushed too far to the wall, and I'm glad the Nigerian government must not keep quiet. We must continue to talk, but beyond speaking is that we must also take actions. And Mrs. Ojukwu has done very well to speak tough until we see, a solution to that challenge.
I think that Mrs. Bianca Ojukwu has stated the basic truth.
Yes.
Reciprocity is the major hallmark of diplomacy. Tit for tat. You do me, I do you. If you treat my citizens in a way that is not fair, I will also find some other ways of responding. She's also very right in echoing that sentiment that had been previously expressed by Senator Adams Oshiomhole on the floor of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Some other persons may disagree that is not the way to go. The second point to note is that yes, South Africa first became independent in 1910, which was independence from the British. Now, a white minority took over, and the second liberation for South Africans came in 1994, May 1994. And she's right, again, to say that Nigeria contributed a lot to that. Many South Africans lived in this country at the taxpayers' expense. They went to school here. And again, the xenophobia or Afrophobia, whatever you call it.
That's what she called it, Afrophobia.
Yes, it's against the grain of the intent of this whole idea about African integration, AFCTFA, or whether it's the constitutive principles of the African Union. Now to go to the moment for the benefit of those who want to listen to what is important. Now Nigerian government has told us that Air Peace has been engaged to go to South Africa with 5 aircraft to go and repatriate our people who have voluntarily decided that they will come home. We're acting after Ghana. Ghana organized their own very smoothly. They brought over 300 persons back. They have done 2 batches. We didn't hear any controversy. And the Ghanaian president also personally intervened. In the case of Nigeria, please let us not hear any controversies. Air Peace the other time did it pro bono for Nigeria, brought people back. This time around, the Nigerian government, they must make all the resources available. We don't want to hear that Ministry of Finance has not released money, or that Air Peace is being expected to do it free of charge, and then Air Peace will spend the next 1 year looking for payment. Now the IATA spoke yesterday, the head of IATA, that this year airlines are going to have problems with profit. They will get about half of their profits. This is not the time for the Nigerian government to look for freebies, either from Air Peace or from any other airline. We are watching. They say the people will arrive, by Thursday morning, we want to watch and we are monitoring the process.
Yes.
Ministry of Finance is on notice. All other government agencies should be placed on notice.
All right. Nigerian,
to do the right thing.
Absolutely. Well said, Dr. Abati. Nigerian life matters, and I hope the federal government is listening to you, Dr. Abati.